everybody, and welcome back to the new Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to watch or listen to this thing, Billy DeVore, and sitting next to me is my co-host,
Chris Lear. Thanks for stopping over, Nasty Nation.
Thanks for coming to the Fart Dunge.
Thank you for coming over, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated. It's good to be back here. Not on Zoom. We're making it happen, dude.
Yes, we are. It's happening all right now, everybody. It's going on.
In real time. Do you see how gentle I did that? Look at that.
I know. We realized that I flick and I touch. I'm a little jittery back here. I like to do the finger drums, so I understand that's obnoxious. So trying to cut it out. So we were talking about that beforehand.
Yeah, I flick, I drum, I beat. I do it all over here, man.
I strum, I grab.
I tease, I tickle.
I fondle.
I get it going. Mm-hmm. Oh, buddy, how was your week?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. A couple comedy shows. Was in Louisville last night. Really just hanging out with a buddy, Mike Cronin. Fun dude. Former Cincinnati comic. But yeah, I went there last night. Popped on. Was fun. Small but mighty crowd. And then Comet was there Saturday. It was fun. Another Cincinnati staple. It was a good time. Each of those shows sold out. Billy was on those.
I was.
Yeah. You know what else I did?
What else did you do?
I did not really expect to do this. I watched the Eras tour.
Ew.
I got a haircut by a big fan of Taylor Swift, and the only thing she made me do is watch the Eras tour, and she gave me a bracelet. It says Swiftie on there.
Who are you?
I know, right? It's crazy. No, I was just trying to show support. I don't want to get one that says Stiffy. I was really wanting to sell someone that says Stiffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I watched it. I was being nice. I was being, I made a post about Taylor Swift a little while ago, and she did not particularly care for it.
Oh, wow.
And she messaged me. She sent a text to my phone about it and was not pleased, and she wanted to cut my hair, which seemed like a pretty big setup. I wasn't like taking off to be like, but no, I thought she did a good job.
She did do a good job.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But I sat down there. I watched part of the Eras tour. And so I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid.
So which era did she suck in?
All of them.
Hey,
yeah, I know. She's not a terrible person, but as far as art goes, I don't know. The bracelets are cool.
The bracelets are cool. They're so neat.
I know. I'll make so many friends.
Now, FOCO makes officially licensed friendship bracelets.
Oh, really?
So you can get ones that say Bengals, and you can get one that says Chiefs, and you can get one that
says my personality.
Well, boy, howdy. Do you feel changed? Do you feel...
No, not really.
Good. Okay, good. You didn't feel like your life had meaning now and that you needed to just...
No, nothing clicked. Like, I appreciate like some of the stuff that she does, but mostly it's just like, okay, who is the better artist that came up with that beat?
Oh, for sure.
Jack
Antonoff?
Yeah.
For starters. Yeah.
The National.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite thing that she does, stops singing.
Yeah, she's really good at that.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I had a unplanned experience over the weekend, but I survived.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so...
Shout out Sydney for the haircut. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sydney, great job. You nailed it. Thanks for putting Chris through the ringer with that. And like the funny thing is like you have a bit in your special. One of my favorite bits of yours is the Supercuts menu haircut joke.
Yeah.
You have that. And then this person hears it, says, I want to give you a haircut, which they're already taking a huge risk.
Yeah.
Because they know, like, hey, here's the follow-up to that bit. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, now I'm also showing you Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I understand listening back like on that. If you're a hairstylist or something, and if you're going to cut my hair, it might seem like I'm a bit of a prick.
Sure.
But, she took me in. And
like a stray dog.
Yeah. I was non-judgmental. It was very nice. It was mutual.
It was mutual. She could have ruined your day and week.
She really could have. Like, she was taking my hair in her hands, but I trusted her, and she didn't do me wrong. I haven't seen the back, but I do feel pretty clean.
Hold on, turn real quick. Oh, Dude,
It says Taylor Swift.
yeah, it says
Kelsey.
It says TF Hearts K TK.
Yeah.
No, it's just dicks.
Okay, cool. So just the norm.
Just
Just
the
what
norm.
my previous hairstylist did.
I actually requested it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, could you just a couple? Yeah. Thank you.
Couple mushroom tips on the back there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Per use.
Could you shave in the little hairs on the balls too?
And make him a Gentile. Thank you.
Gentile giant.
How was your weekend, buddy?
It was great. I'm almost fully adjusted from being back from Vegas.
Yeah.
Flew out Tuesday morning at 6:30, and then got back Saturday at we touched down at 6:40 a.m.
Dying.
Yeah. I tried to sleep on the plane. It worked okay.
Do you have trouble sleeping on the plane? I know some people do.
Here's my thing. It's midnight. It's Friday night. And, like, I had a fair amount of booze to try and knock myself out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of happened, but it's just, like, in and out. And then you're touching a stranger next to you. And you're kind of both going in and out. And then you're snoring. And then you become self-conscious of the snoring on the plane and everyone
definitely.
else. And it's just... Ugh, I tried. I think I got maybe 2 hours of sleep. Maybe, but not consecutively.
It's a lot of dozing, no real like hard napping. That's
No.
what I feel.
No, there was one time I was flying back from Seattle and I was violently drunk.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I was with Jake, and then he's like, all right, here's your flight. And it was like early in the morning, and I was just chugging, getting ready. He took me to the airport, and I was like, brown out, like, oh, I think I can get to my gate. And then I got there, dude, I fell asleep on my flight, and I had a connecting flight in Minneapolis, and this is Pandy, so like middle seats open. It was the best time to fly. I miss it. There was a person in the aisle who like touched me, poked me, and I woke up, my mask all sweaty, just because I've got into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And just didn't give a fuck. And I woke up and they were like, we're leaving. I went, oh, okay, Dad.
All of us?
All of us? We're all done? We're all going out? And I was like, okay. And got up and then found my phone. I was like, okay. And then slept the rest of the way home because I went from violently drunk to sweaty and cognizant to hungover. And then I was like, okay, cool. I can definitely sleep Minneapolis back to Cincy. No problem. And I did. I fucking nailed it. So I tried to recreate that magic.
Didn't happen?
Didn't happen. So then I got home at like 7, and I was like, babe, wake me up at 11. She's like, okay. Woke up at 3:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did she fall asleep too?
No.
Okay.
She was like, I did stuff. I was like, why'd you let me sleep? She's like, you needed it. I was like,
I didn't want you up and around me. I liked it better when you were just like not moving.
I liked it better when you were halfway across the country.
Yeah.
Much better that way. No, it was good. The trade show was great. Met with a lot of great ball clubs and wholesalers and apparel shops and vendors and all these people. But Vegas, man, is exhausting.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I've been one time, and I was actually sober when I was there, so I was completely not. I mean, I was smoking, but I wasn't drunk, and it was just mostly a lot of people watching. It was really fun, hanging out a lot in the lazy river, and just kind of just like watching the debauchery just kind of trickle over through the night.
That's fair. You were there for what, 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
That's the perfect amount of time to be there.
Yeah.
In and out, because by the time you're there, we were there. So we got there Tuesday. We left Saturday midnight, whatever. Like after a couple days, you're like, man, it's so cool. This is awesome lights, and there's all this shit to do. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, there are lights everywhere, constantly beating down on you. There's too much to do. You just get tired of seeing like Bobby Flay and Guy Fieri's face everywhere.
It's disorienting. Like the whole thing is meant to be disorienting.
Oh, 100%. You're just supposed to be completely lost and overwhelmed. So then you're just like, take my money.
Yeah, it does. They want you to be in a situation where spending like $300 at 2:15 in the morning doesn't seem weird.
No, I mean, I pulled out $200 to start the trip, and I ended the trip with $200.
That's impressive.
I did the whole curve. I got I got down, and then I got up, and then I got really up, and then I got back to even.
That's good. That's a Las Vegas. You're up.
You're up.
If you leave even.
Yeah, because I spent all of that time basically just tipping for drinks and then playing cards. I mean, it was like the ideal situation.
Yeah, let's keep floating at 20 the entire week. That's pretty spectacular.
Well, 20 there is $200.
No, I know.
There's so much hair on this thing. I don't know how it happened, but I'm just looking and I'm just peeling it off. And for the people watching at home, they're like, Billy is like, it's like he's trimming a chia pet.
I feel like that's normally my mic.
It's,
I feel like there's normally like hairs I get to pull out there.
Well, now since you got that haircut, it's not going to happen. The funniest thing is just like, dude, there's just people standing on the sidewalk just like smacking cards and just handing them out to people. And you look at the cards, it's like, oh, this is for a prostitute.
This is for titties. I can buy this.
I can buy hoo-ha.
We can all share. We can all split a butthole. You want to go in this butt?
Hey, there's 3 holes and 3 of us.
Let's all do it.
Let's go. Wrap them up.
It's quite the bonding experience for a company.
It truly is, you know.
I mean, sharing appetizers at Applebee's is one thing, but if you've ever shared an asshole,
it's a different kind of ceviche.
Yeah, very much.
Both are cooked in lime juice. Anyway, so I just like kept grabbing them, and like I just had a stack in my jacket. By the time
like they're trading cards.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, look, it's a 1 of 1 of Nadia. Look, it's got a color burst on. Oh no, she's very sick. And so I was just doing that, handing them back to kids who were walking by, just like, this is where you came from. So that was super fun.
You're a product of this.
You're a product of this. I could be your dad. So they just start saying like, or just go around and like have these and be like, has anyone seen my daughter?
Where is she?
Where is my daughter?
Like this. As they're driving by and it's got, like her advertisements on the side, surprise face.
Oh my god, my daughter started OnlyFans.
Knew she was an entrepreneur.
P-O-O newer. Poo newer. Yeah, dude, it was super fun. But I'm so happy to be home and in the Eastern time zone. Because it's just 3 hours fucks you.
It really does. That always it throws me off. I have to sleep like a day to like recover.
Oh, I tried. I slept for a good chunk of Sunday and then watched football and got depressed that it's going to be the Chiefs and 49ers. But it'll be a great game. That's all that matters. It'll be a great game. And Detroit lost that game more than one. But this is not a football podcast. It's a baseball one. So we aren't gonna touch on it anymore. Oh God, yeah, But no, I think Alicia's never been, so I'm gonna take her. And we'll go for like a weekend.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back now that I'm back on the sauce.
Oh, baby.
But I wouldn't mind going back and gambling a bit more.
Yeah.
And kind of participating a bit because I feel like I was mostly just like watching people experience Vegas.
Sure.
Like that time that I went. But this time I'd like to get more involved. Maybe more than 2 days.
Sure, more involved with the community.
Yeah. I want to reach out, start a few programs, go to a soup kitchen.
Dude, the soup kitchen's just the buffet at the Caesars.
Yeah.
You're not actually helping anybody but yourself. Well, here's what was really cool is I took $20 and I went into this this is the Win, and they have this like machine. Well, it's a gambling game, but it's a horse track and it's electronic horses that just go across this track. So what I would do is I would bet $1 on the entire field.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes they pay like 2 to 3 times the amount your bet, 2 or 3 times the amount your bet, and then I would put 5 on the one that paid 2 or 3 times the amount because those were normally the ones I would hit. And then if I put 1 on one that would go like times 47, I'd win $47. So all that I'm betting is like $13.
Yeah.
I took that and I built it up to $38. Then I took that $38, walked over to a digital blackjack game, took that $38, made it $100. Then I took that 100 to the Westgate, and I played 3-card poker, and I hit a straight flush, and I turned it into $350.
Nice. Were you just playing against a machine at that point when you were doing the poker?
The poker was a human.
Oh, human.
A human person.
Okay.
Yeah, not a robot. Human person.
Those robots are scary.
They're so scary.
They'll lie to you sometimes.
It's like, ugh, these AIs know how I bet. But no, it was super. So that was it. Then on the next night, I just ate a dick at the 3-card poker table.
Yeah.
And they took me for a ride, baby.
You ever play roulette?
Yeah. I've lost money on that before.
Yeah, I've lost money on that too. It's pretty fun. I feel like I've won a handful of times, like initially playing that, and just got hooked. It's a very easy game. It's like it's casual. Like blackjack, you can lose like $200 like instantly. Like roulette, it's a little bit more time. There's like there's a pacing to it.
Yeah.
And you can, you'll still blow money, but it's for a longer period of time. If you can like float a 20, spread it out, put it in some corners, get these, and you have like a few stacks of chips and you just get one to hit. It's just like bam, and you're just floating money. It's great.
And then you're just rolling back with what you started.
Yeah.
3-card poker, it's just like you get 3 cards, the dealer gets 3 cards, and you can play off theirs and yours, and they have to like qualify, and there's 4 different types of bets, and like there's a lot of ways to stretch your money. The house, it's the game with the best odds in your favor. So I felt it. You could sit there for hours, and then you'd be like, I only lost $25.
I liked playing like when they had the Horseshoe Casino open up like in Cincinnati. For a hot minute, I was getting like into like playing Texas Hold'em, like a little bit of gambling, and then you could sit down and you'd have to invest like a little bit of money initially, but when you're just like playing against other people, like that was the one I was like, oh, I feel smarter than this 21-year-old drunk with his dad's money right now, and so you can start picking off players.
Yeah.
So for a minute, I had in my mind that, okay, this is going to be me. I'm going to be up here every weekend taking money from these kids. God. And then that lasted for about like 3 months. And then I was like, this is stupid.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
How did you end? Did you end up? Did you end down? Did you keep track?
I never really invested much into it. Like I did it like a few times of going up there. And then I realized, I think the thing that really struck me is like the first time I went to the casino was playing, Hold'em against like actual people, and then I realized they knew a lot more about the game than what I did. So then I started like just playing like online a little bit, not for any like cash, but still like in a semi-competitive where there's at least like some sort of like people adhering to like ratios of betting.
Yeah, you're learning.
Yeah, and then eventually I went back up to the casino a few other times and won some money, but very little. And then I ended up having to suck people's assholes in the street. But it was pretty bright for a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Licking the horseshoe, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I got all the way around. It was not good luck.
Not good luck. And it was brown luck.
Mm-hmm,
oh, God. Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff can be addicting, dude.
It can be, dude. That's why I was like, you were just talking about it, and I was thinking, like, dude, I have cash. Like, on my way home, I could hit the casino. It's the exit right by my house. Mm-hmm. I could go play a little 3-card before. Then I was like, no, dude, what are you doing? It's Monday.
Dude, like,
get it together.
When you understand, like, a little bit, and this is very amateur stuff, like, coming from me, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But when you start to learn, like, the basics of betting and just, like, the ratios of what's in the pot, how is this person bet? Like it starts to actually become more of a game other than just a game of chance.
Sure.
So that was like the intrigue of it. Okay. And then just the stupid stuff. Like I probably have a couple of books I bought about counting cards. I don't know who just when you think like this is going to be me. For the whole summer, I'm going to count cards and I'm going to get arrested. It's going to ruin my life.
You know it gets bad when you have to buy literature.
Yeah. And it's all saying, please do not do this. This is not recommended. Warning, you're a moron.
You go, babe, no, it's an investment. It's like, no, it's illegal.
Yeah, and like all the good like casino movies they've all figured it out by now. Yeah. Like it's past the 80s and 90s. Like they know how people are counting cards.
Yeah, dude, the guy in Casino with the hammer on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, buddy. Mm-hmm. That's brutal.
That's who I want to be.
I want to be that guy. I want to be hand on table guy.
Yeah, I don't need that hand. I just gamble with it anyways.
Chris, how'd you break your hand? Joe Pesci.
Had a flush. Goddamn river got me.
River got me again. The Ohio River, I'm going to be in it if I don't pay my bookie.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's great. Oh, man. We have some bread stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
There is things that happened on January 30th, 2024, the year of our Lord. To start with, the Reds have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5.
73.
73 of the top 100 prospects.
Mm-hmm.
They got 5. They got 5 of the top 100 prospects. That's, I think, like third most. Because there's, I forget who, the Cubs have 7. Orioles have 6. There's another team with 6, and we got 5.
And that's considering we had a handful of guys graduate up until actual majors this year, so they aren't going to qualify for this.
Yeah, like Ellie and McLean not qualifying, but that's okay. Because you know who did qualify? Number 21, Novi Marte. Number 34, Rhett Lauder. Number 67, Edwin Arroyo. Number 70, Connor Phillips. And number 98, just squeaking by on the tiny hairs of his chin, Chase Petty. Hey, none of these surprised me except for Chase Petty. That was but bottom 5, bottom 10 of a list is just a crapshoot. But like we all knew that Novi Marte would be up there,
right?
Especially the last 20 games he played. Guy mashed.
He was hot.
He was swinging a good stick, and he looked like he belonged. There's no way that he's starting in the minors with how well he played when he was up here. Yeah,
you'd be doing a disservice to him and your franchise because he was definitely very hot. It seemed like he was clicking up to pace and just kept incrementally getting better every week and just feeling a bit more comfortable at the plate and in the field. So, yeah, dude, having him start off, of course.
Yeah, starting off at third with that sweet, smooth swing.
Yeah, very like glass watching him work.
Ooh, do you say that 5 times fast? Sweet, smooth swing. Very hard. And then, Rhett Lauder at 34. I mean, he was 7th overall in the first round of the draft last year. Everyone anticipated him to be pretty high on this list. I think 34 is fairly accurate for a guy who hasn't even thrown a pitch playing professional baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You don't want to have him too high up there. That'll just crush your psyche.
Yeah. Hey, man, you have middle high. Middle high is fine. Edwin Arroyo at 67. Like we said, like the guy is a freak. He'll most likely finish the year off in AAA if he keeps playing on the trajectory that he is playing at, like he did last year. Connor Phillips at 70. I mean, we saw him up here. We know he's got some control issues, and he clearly wasn't ready to be up here, but he did show some flashes of the stuff that we are banking on for the future. 98, Chase Petty. I knew he had a good year in high A and in double A. 8 innings pitched in double A, so basically 2 appearances, with a sparkling 0.00 ERA. That's enough to get you in the top 100.
Yeah, got to improve it just a little bit, but hey.
A little bit. He's like 20, dude. The guy can sling heat. Even though his velocity dipped a little bit towards the end of the year, that's anticipated with a guy who had only pitched high school baseball.
Yeah, they're going to be not familiar with the stamina there. So
they'll figure it out, but don't be surprised if he's one of those guys that ends up in AAA by the end of the season. And if he's in the bigs, that means we have a lot of people hurt.
Yeah, so we want to see this is super exciting to be able to really focus on, the Reds and then also the people coming from the pipeline. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Kral's doing exactly what he said he was. He's trying to build a consistent winner, and that's how you do it, is within development. And you don't want to be the best farm system forever. Move some of them dudes. Let's bring in some big boys.
Yeah, it's really paid dividends. We've seen that a lot, like the past year, of people getting moved up and actually just it's like, hey, here you go, baptism by fire.
Baptism by fire, or you're in another organization. So pretty awesome, man. Very, very, very excited to see that because we haven't had this many Reds on the list in like a long time. And it feels good to know that, the quick rebuild worked and it's going to be for the long term.
Yeah, it's a nice pipeline.
Nice pipeline.
Nice pipe there.
Pipe there. Lots of options moving forward. Pretty exciting. In other direct Reds news, Alex Blandino is back with the Cincinnati Reds.
Dude, I love this story.
With an invite to Major League camp on a minor league deal to not play second base or shortstop or left field or right field. What is he doing? He's
going to be a pitching specialist with the knuckleball.
Push. He'll be pushing ball.
Love it. I've had this thought before of like, what would you, in like maybe like 10 years ago when there were a bit more knuckleballs in fashion, but if you just quit everything, you quit your job and just try to focus on perfecting the knuckleball, there is a legitimate chance you could potentially become a major league pitcher because it's not necessarily an athletic move. It's a repetitive motion.
Yeah.
It's such a cool thing.
That is so hard to control. It's just fingernails and technique.
It's just the best athletes in the world doing it. I think I can master it, Bill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think you're going to... Okay.
Yeah. Look out, Blandino. Coming for you. Cutting my nails now. Working on my cuticles.
Weird Dino coming up to just make 0 spin.
Coming in soft.
And drop. Man, I mean, look at Tim Wakefield. It saved his career. R.A. Dickey. Like, dude, I'm not saying he's not going to do it, because I'm not going to say that. Like, you looked at when he did pitch, that thing was gross.
Yeah, dude. And if you're able to flip off from throwing a knuckleball and throwing something, anything that touch 90, that's at least going to get the batter off balance a little bit.
Yeah, he would go 67 to 90. If he could just dot his fastball and then throw knuckles.
He could be, I mean, we could definitely use that. I mean, he would have been helpful in last year's season for sure.
Yeah, he would have been just the setup guy by game 146.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm psyched. I'm psyched to see it. And, he's pretty easy on the eyes. Not going to lie.
I like him.
He's one of the little hot boys that came up for the Red Legs. Just had unfortunate injury after unfortunate injury. He could swing a stick. Say you're like, man, my bench is running low. And you got him in the bullpen.
Let's bring out Hot Knucks.
Hot Knucks Slow Pitch. That's his new nickname. That's it. Hot Knucks Slow Pitch.
Yeah.
And have him just come out and hurl and then just hit dangers.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm all for it, man. I mean, it's fun. It's a great story. I'm glad he's coming back, but who knows? I hope that when I'm out at spring training, I get to see it live.
Oh, that'd be so rad.
If I don't, I'll be disappointed. But dude, I mean, who knows? It could be organizational depth at the least point of it, dude. Like, overall, it's such a fun story. I mean, God. I'm so excited. I can't put it into words how excited I am to just watch that pretty man just...
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's fun. Baseball's a fun sport.
Baseball's fun, and this is what makes it fun. Oh, boy. Okay. In the division, the Cubs went out and signed Hector Neris, reliever who could also most likely, probably should be the closer for the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs just got better.
The Cubs got better. They went out and they got better. I mean, last year he had 81 and 80. Jeez, I am number lexic today. 68 and a third innings pitched with an ERA plus a 246. He had a 1.71 ERA, and he had 10.1 Ks per 9. It's a high-end reliever. That's what the Cubs needed. That's one of the big holes that they filled. And they went in and they brought out a vet. Does this do anything to move the needle for where you think the Cubs will land?
It does. It does. But I also started off saying the Cubs are going to be just dog shit this year. But I know that was just me being a dick. But yeah, it does. It does make them more formidable opponents. It's them patching up some of the issues that they had. And I do think like a lot of the teams in this division are seeing the way things are trending. So it's either pick up the pace or get ran over. And so it seems like, everyone's falling in line, Cubs included. And yeah, so it does make them a bit more of a difficult opponent.
Yeah, it does. And considering they went and traded for Michael Busch, a guy that they think is going to be their everyday first baseman, who can mash, they got from the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And now you fill this hole with someone who could come in and shut down games. And then they're linked with Matt Chapman and Cody Bellinger still. I mean, the Cubs didn't do anything for months except get Craig Counsell. And now they're like, all right, we're patching what's left together. And what's still left together out there is Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, Matt Chapman, Bellinger, Jorge Soler, Adam Duvall. Like, there are still bats and pitchers available for the Cubs to be like, all right, where we go? Here's our bucks. Take them. Take our marquee marks and come on in here and play for the Cubs.
Yeah, that's another signal too that they're not done spending most likely. If they're trying to make like systematic moves like this, I do anticipate them continually like going after people to like plug up those holes.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what they're gonna do. I just, man,
I feel you.
Yeah, it's just sorry. You know how eloquent I am.
Yeah, you said it, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, Matt Chapman does make a difference for them defensively if they do bring him in. His stick doesn't do enough for me, but also playing 81 games at Wrigley Field will make that better compared to when he played in Oakland and Toronto. So you'll definitely see a little bump in his numbers, but I think I don't think that's enough for me to push him over the edge. Now they bring back Bellinger and have Bush at first, then that kind of scares me a little bit. Then they go out and they sign Blake Snell. Then I'm like, well, fuck. They're real good. Then they're real good, and you're like, they're not just contending for the NL Central. You're like, man, this is a team that could make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, this puts them a few moves away from being a legit contender.
But again, we're talking a few $100 million probably that they're gonna have to spend to do that. You're talking about the three of those dudes. You're talking $350 to $400 million bucks, which they could do it.
They could.
They've got it. It's not like they're in a major market or some shit.
Yeah, they have the diehard fans. It's not something outside their realm of possibilities.
Not one bit. This is an interesting thing that happened. Jorge Polanco just got traded to the Mariners from the Twins. Why does that matter to us? Because that means the Mariners got a second baseman. Mm-hmm. This takes another suitor right off the board for Jonathan India. It's more and more, it's looking like India is staying. We've said it all off season, mostly because this is the worst time to trade him. Did do anything for you?
Yeah, I was actually just kind of looking at like some of the configuration of what the infield, outfield might look like for the Reds, and it does seem there is going to have to be some sort of platoon, but I am not thinking that the Reds are outside the realm of possibilities of still loading up for some sort of trade that may include India, but I don't think it's going to happen now. But I do think that is a good case for India staying and being part of like a rotating platoon. So that's better for India for sure to, keep wearing a Reds jersey for this season. Yeah,
the only team that I can think that would need a second baseman right now is the Boston Red Sox, and they said that they're tightening their belt, and this is what they're going with.
Yeah, so I don't think it'd be wild if India left the Reds before the start of the year.
Yeah, no, I just don't see it happening. But it still is important enough in Reds country to be like, yep, another one off the board. Calm down, he's going to be around.
Because that was like a big conversation, just thinking like, oh, India's going to get dealt here. India's going to have to get dealt. Yeah, especially after Candelario, we got him, and it was just like adding to this already choked up infield. But I think he's going to be a Red for for at least half of this year.
Yeah, until July 30th.
Most likely.
Most likely. We'll see. But in the meantime, India, him and his crystals are going to be hanging out at GABP.
Hell yeah.
Okay. The Dodgers signed James Paxton. 1 year limit. Knock it off.
Stop it. Get out of here.
Stop. You've done too much. You don't need to keep signing these people.
Yeah, I think where the California wildfires are starting is from how frequently they're crossing and drawing on their checkbooks, sparking up flames.
What do you mean? It's just all crypto.
Yeah, it's just cryptocurrency. Just changing in bitcoins. It's just flying around the ethosphere.
It's just obnoxious.
It is.
It's obnoxious. And look, he's not a guy that's like, whoa, but it's enough to be like, he could be a 5 or a 6 starter.
That'd be a huge deal for us. Like an $11 million deal for the Reds is a really big deal. And then the Dodgers just like, hey, I guess whatever. We got a little time. We can just do that. I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit. And then he's going to, Dodger pitching you, where like they fixed Tyler Anderson. They brought back Andrew Heaney. There are so many rehab pitchers from that organization where you're like, cool, James Paxton's had all the talent in the world and has shown that he can be an elite pitcher when healthy. And now the Dodgers are going to be like, look, here's how you stay healthy. Here's our secret juju magic. Cover you in it. And then now he's going to go out and be like, wow, who knew that James Paxton still had it in him?
I mean, I'm excited for like the players, if they get to be in an organization where they get to flourish, that's great. But it's still just one of those things, just like,
God damn it, just shut it down. It's almost like there's like a luxury tax that needs to be in place, but if there wasn't like teams that could circumvent it and kind of cheat the system, you'd think there would be able to put some restrictors on this.
Yeah,
and not have this shit continue to happen.
I know. If only there was some way to go about doing that to make it a bit more fair. I don't know.
Weird. Fair and balanced, huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, anyone can go out and do this, apparently.
Anybody can do it. Fucking Dodgers. We got one more little quick story. This is a quick in and out episode because there's not a whole lot, but there's enough going on.
This is a juicy chunk right
and
here.
This is a good one. In ex-Reds news, excuse me. Ow. Let me take that over again. Ow, that one hurt. Whoo, buddy.
Got you back in the Polanco.
Oh, my Jorge Polanco. Mm-hmm. Okay. In ex-Reds news, Puig got into another fight.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Golly gee willikers. Puig's just down in Venezuela throwing fists, being a naughty wild horse.
But it's not quite exactly like that because he actually was being very disciplined.
He was being a great guy. He was in the front being like, hey, man, look at me. I'm built like a silverback.
And he's doing that to just like tell people like, hey, we don't need to fight here. Real quickly, I know we have like a link probably we're going to throw up there. Pimp job turned into, hey, please don't pimp job. We're going to throw out this guy. And then escalation. Eventually, Puig is separating people. And throughout this, at one point, he catches like a stray sucker punch and gets involved, and then the dust literally starts kicking up, and it's just tons of. It looks like a cartoon. There's a bunch of fists flying everywhere. Ampersands going off. It was nuts.
It was insane. Well, it was like such a cheap sucker punch because he like went out to the back. He's like, "Look, dude, I'm just a gun for hire. I'm like 32 years old. I don't need to be caught up in this. I've already delivered some of the best fighting content in Major League Baseball." If I get in on this, I'm stepping down my level of fights in all of baseball across the world. I was already at the GOAT level. Now it's like, come on. That'd be like if you fought in UFC and then you walked by and saw a bum fight in the corner by a couple dumpsters. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I could go and get in on that.
Reliving the old glory.
Yeah, the old glory days. Yeah, it'd be like if Kimbo Slice went back to street brawling. That's what it'd be like. And dude, and then like that he walks the guy, they're like, it seems like it's over. Then it's just like a cheap little like, blah, blah, blah. It looked like a Rock'em Sock'em robot punch.
Yeah, it did. It's not the punch you want to throw if you're going to have Puig just absolutely just raging bull at you.
Yeah, when you got a brick shithouse like him just charging out at you, pure muscle with just a blonde mohawk, you just don't mess with that guy. And yet this dweeby little guy was like, come here.
Yeah, saw an opportunity. And yeah, definitely check out the fight if you haven't seen it. Puig did a great job of being chill until the point where he was forced to be unchill.
Until he was like, oh, no, yeah, you can't do that, bud. Dude, and what's also, it's just, what was so great is then, like, right after that, they hit a double, and then they hit a homer to win the game.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking rad. Just to be like, get out of here. We got this covered. Scram.
Yeah, literally, get out of here.
You get. Well, then the other thing was I felt kind of bad for him because like everybody sharing it on social media was just showing Puig going after the people.
That was the thing that kind of bothered me because it's just like, look at him doing it again. It's like, no, dude, he was the best dude in there separating people. Like it could have got way worse if it wasn't for him. And then this little idiot decides to throw a cheap one, and then he started to throw punches, and that's of course, obviously the thing that gets shown. And
that's when the wild horse threw off his saddle, and he was like, "Giddy up!"
Oh yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's on. He kept like sharing. He was like, "No, look, I'm being painted in a bad light." I'm like, "We've heard this before. You definitely placed bets with an FBI agent. You're not innocent of when you say that you're innocent." But this time he was just like, yeah, no, I'm actually innocent here. There's actual game tape of it. It's not a document or a press release from the FBI. No, this is like real footage. You're like, all right, cool. I believe you.
Yeah, so good on you, Puig.
Good on you, Puig. You keep being the wild horse, but probably never playing in Major League Baseball again.
No.
Definitely not.
Keep making highlights, though.
Keep making highlights. I still follow him on Twitter. Like, he still makes some cool catches.
Yeah.
He's still the wild horse. He still has all the ability in the world. It's just not great at decision making. So, From what I was told, he was traded at just the right time. So, let's round third and head for home, shall we?
Sure.
What you got?
Well, the one place I was going to be performing at in Frankfurt, it officially closed, but I got a guarantee anyway, so F off.
Got him.
I got some stuff coming up in March. March 9th, Bombs Away. March 24th, Future Science. March 29th and 30th, Willie and I... Willie. Willie Billy! And I should be at Wiley's. We're going to confirm that 29th and 30th. But yeah, so check me out in March. Billy, what do you got?
What do I have coming up? February 22nd. I think I asked you to be on that, but if not, you're finding out now. We are doing a show at Second Sight Spirits in Ludlow, Kentucky.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Super fun. It's a cool little room. Holds about 50 people. It's going to be super fun. February 8th and 9th, I will be at Commonwealth Sanctuary. Shows at 7:30, I believe. Friday, Saturday. Come check those out. That's what I've got right now.
Nice, dude.
Busy. Mm-hmm. Nice to promote stuff, you know?
I know, dude. I'm looking forward to that Ludlow in February.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
I know. I don't think I've been there before.
It's a very cool space.
Yeah.
You'll dig it. So far, it's you, me, Wayne, and Allison Stapp.
Oh, it'll be fun.
So it'll be a fun show. So I just probably need to book like one more person. Mm-hmm. It'll be a great time. We're only doing an hour.
Cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't need to do an hour and a half in a small room. In an independent space. No siree on a Thursday. So let's do our thank yous and goodbyes here. Thank you to Sports Drink for hosting the audio of this podcast. We appreciate it. Check out In the Clutch. What? Is this just an In the Clutch shirt? Yeah, it is. It's a shirt from In the Clutch that says In the Clutch. Promo code Nasty Boys, all caps, get 10% off. Do it up. Thank you for having me over in the fart dungeon.
Hey, anytime.
Screaming into my phone and into these microphones.
Yeah, throwing farts against the wall.
It's kind of that's how magic's made, folks. And thank you for watching and listening. And as always, go Red Legs.
Go Red Legs.